Hey, this is Colabro SC or your Rumble Grumble, and I'm going to sit here and talk to you a little bit about a 509T. So, as you can see from the glasses, I'm getting a little older in age, along with the little gray hair on the bottom. And I'll tell you right now, I don't give a shit whether you subscribe, follow, whatever the different platforms may see or may talk about, but I'm just going to show you my experiences with this new 509T and some of the things I've learned. Now, this is a Gen 1 that I have right here. Okay. All right. Couple of things. Number one, the plate sucks, right? Plain and simple. The plate that comes with it sucks. But if you're like me and you're going to try anything to make things work, spend less money, so on and so forth, here's what I did. Number one, I fitted the plate to the slide. This slide is on a 320. It's a Live Free 320 Pro slide, top window cut, so on and so forth. It's cut from the factory as a RMR cut, which means the plate for the 509 will go on there, but Live Free doesn't put the nubs on it. So just keep that in mind. Now, here's what I did. You can do what you want. You can call me crazy. I don't care. I know what works. Number one, fit it. Make sure that it's flat as can be. That means break out a piece of sandpaper or emery cloth and look for the high points and make sure that plate fits exactly flat. Next thing. All right, here's where the crazy comes from. Break out a little bit of JB weld. All right. The plate's going to go there forever, but this is all about reliability in the sidearm. This is protecting your life, potentially. Or if you like me, do a little 2-gun, 3-gun kind of thing. You want to make sure that things don't come loose or mess up during your run. Here's what you got to do. Bed that thing in just like you were bedding in a rifle, all right? It's not visible in any way, shape, or form. It's not unsightly or anything like that. What this does is it keeps the plate from ever shifting. Screws can loosen, you know that. Every bit of Vibratite or Loctite that you ever put on it is no 100% guarantee. This is the guarantee. Bed it in, all right? People are like, oh, you're gonna ruin your slide. Let me ask you this. This slide was $220. If you really wanna make sure that the reliability is there, I can get another slide for 220 bucks and be rolling again. No big deal. The slide is fantastic. It's all about reliability. So we talk about reliability. Enclosed optic. All right. Here's some advantages. Number one, I did a 3-gun just 3 weeks ago, or it was 2-gun, and it was raining, absolute crappy weather. Guess what? Everybody was out running in whatever weather that we had. My open optic got crap in it, right? With this optic, it would not have been an issue at all. Now, let's talk about the performance of the 509. People talk about it having some aberrations or distortion on the edges and so on and so forth. Here's what I've found. Number one, those are apparent if you're shooting past about 50 yards. Inside of 50 yards, you're not going to notice any distortion along the edges or anything such as that. Outside of 50 yards, absolutely you will. Guess what? All microdot pistol sights do that. It's just a point of, do you notice it or not? Most people will never notice it, ever. All right. Now, some other things that I've noticed is that big Holosun circle death dot, great for fast on plates, not great for small little targets. So choose wisely before you hit your stage. You can switch between the dots and set it up prior to the stage. For home defense, if I have this sitting on the nightstand, I always leave it as the big death dot because I figure with stress of a home defense situation, that's what I'm gonna want. All right, so when you sight it in, go in, sight it in, bench it down on the ground or onto a bag. Make sure you're good and tight on that bag, sighted at 25 yards. Sage Dynamics beats the living crap out of this. I'm not going to beat the crap out of my stuff because I'll let somebody else that gets it for free, or they've got more money than me to beat the crap out of their equipment. All right, but set it in 25 yards, call it good. I use 124 grain. You guys can use whatever you want. Just make sure whatever you want, you're gonna stick with it, because here's another thing I want you to do. On your site, put a dot. You gotta have a witness dot on there, okay? So you can see that witness dot is really important, all right? Because that'll let you know if it's ever bumped off. Also, put a witness dot on your mount screw. You can still take this optic on and off, but make sure that you got something so you can visually check it to make that it's always steady. All right, so put those witness marks on there. When you put it down, torque it. All right, don't just go hand tight. The little tool that comes with it, you're not going to get the torque proper. Get the right tools for it. All right. After I bedded this all in and so on and so forth, with this 320, I can get roughly a 2.5 inch group, and I shoot horribly at 25 yards benched. So the pistol is good to go. All right. I'll do some other videos if this one actually gets views, where I'll talk about what this doohickey is. Some people know what it is, some people don't. It's fantastic if you have multiple guns and you don't want to keep swapping between holsters and so on and so forth. And I'll also talk to this fantastic Wilson Combat Grip Module. This is the way to go as far as I'm concerned, and I've tried them all. And we'll talk about that in other videos if anybody actually watches this one. Long story short, 509T, tough as nails. Mount it and bed your slide to the plate. All right. You're going to hear 1,000 people telling you, never, 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 never. I'm going to challenge. Do you want it to be reliable? 100% reliable, that you can trust it in any situation? I suspect in a protective weapon or a protective sidearm like this, that you will want that. I sure do. And therefore, I go with what is ultimately as the most reliable way of doing anything with regards to my weapons. Hope this is helpful and you get some crazy opinions from some crazy dude that doesn't give a shit whether you subscribe to my mumblings or not. See ya.